Hi everyone, welcome to Blarney Castle and Gardens, and I've quite a sight to show you today. This is the start of today's video. We're going to go and look into the bee house and meet Seany, and he's going to talk a little bit about a new feature. But before we did that, I couldn't not show you this. This is our giant Himalayan lily, Cardiocrinum giganteum, and we're in our jungle borders at the moment. And I'm 5'11" and a bit, so look at the size of this thing. About 7 years they take from seed, growing and development to come into flower, and then after this, every 3 or 4 years the offsets will flower. But they can be up to 2.5 to 3 meters tall and scented as well, but a wonderful display. And we have others around the gardens, and we're hoping to establish them in different areas, especially the Himalayan Valley and here in the jungle. But it is a spectacular plant, so I wanted to start this week by showing you this. So hopefully some of you will be able to come in and find it over the coming weeks before it fades away. So there you go, and we'll head over to the bees now and Seany. So we're now here in our bee observatory, and first of all, I brought you here to show our newest feature, which is this new TV screen. And we filmed Seany the other week doing an inspection of one of the hives, and he talked you all the way through it. We actually have the video up on Facebook, but we decided that not everybody gets to see that all the time, so it would be a good feature to have in here. So what we've actually done is put that video on a loop, so you're able to actually stand in here, and even if there's no activity going on within the bees themselves or in the hives, this is a great instructional video that shows you right through a bee inspection and what goes on within the hive. So it's already proving very popular. So if you didn't, come and have a look. I'm now going to hand over to Sean himself, who's going to give you a bit of an update on the bees and what they're up to this time of year. So we'll see you in a sec.
Hi, this is just a bit of an update in regards to what's going on at the moment with the bees. It's a bit of a mixed match. They're actually ejecting the queens from the hives at the moment, and it has us all in a heap. We can only put it down to weather, because it's been neither here nor there for the last month. I think what's happening myself is that there's not enough nectar flow coming in, so the queen has stopped laying, because she does that if there's not enough food around. She slowed down on her egg production, and when she slowed down on her egg production, the worker bees are saying there must be something wrong with her, we have to get rid of her, we'll get a new queen. So then they're basically ejecting her from the hive. I found 3 queens. I was lucky to find 3 queens in a small group on the ground outside some of the hives, and I managed to save them and put them in a smaller hive and try and build them up again. What the bees themselves will do then inside that hive, once it is queenless, they'll create a new queen they'll pick a cell with an egg in it, and they'll create a new queen and hopefully walk away from there. The nectar flow, like I said, is after slowing down. I'm maintaining this since March. I think our seasons have gone upside down. I reckon we're 4 to 5 weeks behind in seasons, and the weather we're getting now reflects on the weather we should have got early June. So hopefully with the new queens in position, the bees will start to work. You'll even see the difference in as regards to blossoms in the gardens or in the hedgerows. Things are really only starting to kick off now, really, and I think the bees know that as well. This week's plant of the week is Tetrapanix rex. They'll be for sale in our plant sales area at the turnstiles. We only have about 15 of them, so they will go very quick. So it definitely will be first come, first served. These are the size we'll be selling them at, and maybe slightly smaller. As you leave them grow, they'll grow to this size. This is a mature version. They're a great exotic plant, native to Taiwan. They're hardy in our climate, but they will lose their foliage in the winter. They're best grown in full sun to partial sun because of where they came from. You can prune them back in the late autumn, early winter.
Thanks a lot to Seany for that, and I had to show you one more thing before we finish. This is Buddleia colvillei, and it's quite an unusual Buddleia, butterfly bush they call them, because they're obviously attractive to the butterflies, and they're always covered in butterflies and bees here in the gardens, but this one's quite special, and I always get excited when it comes into flower, because this was wild collected from the side of a mountain in Sikkim, northern India, and you can see it's a lovely shade of purple, and as this shrub gets bigger and more established, these will in turn get bigger and they can end up like this, but stunning plant, and certainly one of my favourites in the Himalayan Valley at the moment. Before we go, one little update for you. As we're moving into July, we'll be changing the closing times in the grounds and gardens in the castle. So last entry will be 4:30, and final exit sharply 5:30. The attraction and car park will be closed. So that's an extra half an hour in the gardens. Hopefully we'll stretch it out a little bit with the daylight and length and summer being here. So thanks very much, and hopefully we'll see some of you in the gardens in the coming weeks.